Hello, welcome to Tales from Nerd. I'm your host, Random Nerd 2016 / Kevin, and this is my weekly podcast where I talk about the books coming out every Wednesday. We're going to be talking about the books this coming Wednesday, which is December 9th. Now, the thing about comics right now is two different distributors are delivering comics. DC has their release date on Tuesdays, and Marvel, Image, all other indie companies will have it on Wednesday. So the regular day Wednesday. Uh, and as always, I will have my favorite book of the week, which was Daredevil number 25. It was a tough choice between this and King in Black, which, holy crap, I like this one better than King in Black, because King in Black is just, I like it, but it is too much out there for me. But yes, I enjoy it. You don't have to. Apparently, this sold out like crazy, or it was this book. I've been promoting this book like crazy every time. Nobody reads it. The one time I tell people to read it, sells like sells out like crazy. But we're gonna go to the first book of the week, which is Amazing Spider-Man number 54, written by Nick Spencer, penciler by Mark Bagley, inker by Andy Owens, and colors by David Curiel. The price is $3.99, and this is a description of the book. Last Remains, Part 5. The punishment of Spider-Man at the hands of Kindred continues, but Kindred isn't just punishing Spider-Man anymore. So yes, we're still doing this Last Remains. I believe issue 55 is the last uh last story for this, and then it's a new story arc, because we still have the 54.LR, and then 55 is the finale for everything going on for Spider-Man. Um, I'm enjoying this storyline so far. It's interesting, Kindred's reveal, and also that the last issue, I'm like, oh, so they did that. That's cool. Not a good jumping off point, but if you do want to jump on, issue 50 is your jumping off point. Yeah. Uh, and I forgot to ask everyone, how are you? And what did you read last week? Forgot to say that. But yeah, we're gonna move on to the next book, which is American Vampire 1976, number 3. It is a Black Label book, so it's not superhero related. It's not a superhero book, but it's not for your kids. I will say that's a little bit darker. It's written by Scott Snyder, art by Raphael Albuquerque, and colors by David McCaig. The price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. Two subterranean showdowns escalate. Thousands of thousands of miles apart, rogue American vampires and the last remnants of the VMS chase the only known leads against the Beast's looming plan for world domination, as Skinner's crew fighting for their lives aboard the runaway Freedom Train in the tongue-infested tunnels of Southwest. Cal and Travis scavenger tracks below Times Square for traces for the Beast's terrifying challenger, but when they get too close to the monster for comfort, they're blindsided by the mother of all unexpected twists. Now, I'm enjoying this. It's Scott Snyder's. He's written American Vampire before. I've never read it until now. I'm enjoying it. I will probably pick up the trades just to see what's going on in the American Vampire world. I like it. Issue 1 is jumping on point, but I don't just say if you never read this story, I'm picking it up because I like Scott Snyder. I'll pick up almost anything he writes. So yeah. Next up, Avengers number 39, written by Jason Aaron, art by Dale Keown, and colors by Jason Keith. The price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. Enter the Phoenix prologue. In the harsh primordial world of 1 million BCE, early humans who are different are left in the burnt place to die, while one young girl whose only crime was being born with red hair finds something else entirely in place of bones and ash. Something that will change human history forever. Legacy number 739. So yes, Enter the Phoenix is a new story arc, but before that, we get into this prologue. So, in the Marvel Legacy one shot, that was a long time ago, like 2, 3 years ago. We were hinted at this of prehistoric Avengers team. We've seen the one shots of the what the Iron Fist. We've seen one shots of the Ghost Rider and Iron Man apparently. And I believe Odin. I might be wrong, but yeah, we've been getting these sprinkles of like there was a team before the Avengers, there was an Avengers team, and now we're getting that story arc. But are we really getting that? I feel like that should have been its own miniseries, but that's just me saying that. But I'm excited. I didn't like the last story arc as much. The Moon Knight versus Avengers, it was alright. It wasn't Moon Knight in my opinion. Just just letting you out there. But I'm excited for this because I like the I like the prequels to like well the are they prequels? I like the just the setup of the idea of the 1 million BCE Avengers team. So I'm excited for that. And it's a good jumping on point. Next up, Batman Black and White #1, written by Paul Dini, G. Willow Wilson, James Simon IV, Emma Rios, J.H. Williams III, and art by Emma Rios, J.H. Williams III, Chad Moore, Andy Kubert, Greg Smallwood, and yeah, the price is $5.99. This is a description of the book. The iconic anthology series returns with a brand new slate of comics, most exciting and innovative storytellers to explore the Batman mythos in the stark black and white. In this stout issue, Jameson IV and Trad Moore explore the worlds of Ra's al Ghul and the League of Assassins. J.H. Williams III returns to DC Comics for a trip through the Dark Knight's history. Emma Rios explores the eternal struggle of the Dark Knight. Paul Dini and Andy Kubert pit Batman against an infestation of ninja man-bats in the Batcave. G. Will Wilson and Greg Smallwood portray Batman in his strangest standoff ever with Killer Croc. With a lineup this strong and a cover by legendary Batman artist Greg Capullo, awesome guy, you won't want to miss this start of the tremendous collection of Batman tales by some of comics' top creators. I'm excited for this. I'm down. We just had the Wolverine blood Black Blood and White. So I'm excited for this. I love that they're doing this. It is a bit pricey, but you're getting a lot of stuff. You're getting a ton of creators, ton of ideas. I'm excited. It's a jumping on point for me and for you as well. Next up, Captain Marvel #24, written by Kelly Thompson, art by Lee Garbett, and colors by Tamara Bonvillain. The price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. The New World, Part 3. Friends or Fooder. Captain Marvel finds new allies in this strange new world, but is she sending them to their deaths? As the secrets behind Ove and his stronghold are revealed, Carol and her team find themselves dramatically outgunned. Meanwhile, the mystery surrounding how and why Carol is here begins to reveal themselves, and they're not what anyone expected. Um, I like this. I am liking the story arc. I didn't like the previous story arc. I like that Carol. Well, the Empire stuff. Yeah, the Empire stuff wasn't too bad. It was okay-ish. Just focus on the sister, then the sister. It's complicated. Um, I like that Captain Marvel's in the future from that Captain Marvel the End one shot we got, which was pretty cool. I liked it. Again, not my favorite um, book, but it is an alright read. It's not always fun, but it is an alright read. Now, it's up to you to decide if you like it. Issue what 22 is your jumping on point. Because 22, 23, yeah, 22 is your jumping on point. So there is your jumping on point. We got a lot of books to cover this week. Oh man. Next up, an image book, which is Crossover #2, written by Donny Cates and art by Jeff Shaw. The price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. Kids Kids Love Chains Part 2. The event continues to unravel as Ellie, Otto, and Ava rise from the ashes of their comic shop to begin their four-color odyssey to find the truth beyond the dome. Meanwhile, super prisons, magic guns, mysterious government agents, and other stuff too. Issue one. Issue one was weird because the way the book was promoted, I thought it was gonna be different. I thought it was gonna be like stuff just gonna come out and to our world. It did, but it put a spin on it. Now, not everyone enjoyed the book. I enjoyed it. I don't mind Donny Cates' writing. It, the thing you gotta know about Donny Cates is he always has a twist to a book. You never know the twist until you read it. Now, I like Donny Cates. I will stick with him. He's basically my version of Scott Snyder or Chip Zdarsky. Those guys, anything to write, I'll read it because you know what? Their books are always good, and everyone recommends them. I recommend them. Thor, Venom, King in Black, Absolute Carnage, Chip Zdarsky, Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man, Spider-Man Life Story, Daredevil. I mean, come on, Daredevil, and Scott Snyder, just death metal. Oh, American Vampire, Undiscovered Country. You cannot beat these guys because they're right now at the top of their A game. Uh, if you want to pick it up, pick up issue one and two. Issue one will tell you how the story is. Issue two is the continuation of part one. Now, it's up to you if you want to read it, but if you do pick it up, it'll be a lot more easier. Next up, Dark Knight's Death Metal: The Last Stories of the DC Universe #1, written by Scott Snyder, Gail Simone, Jeff Lemire, Mark Waid, Joshua Williamson, and James Tynion IV, Cecil Castellucci, and Christopher Sabella, and Mariko Tamaki, and art by Francis Manifold. Holy crap, I feel bad for Francis Manifold. He has to draw all that. Oh, the price is $8.99, and this is a description of the book. The last stories of the DC Universe. The last battle against the Batman who laughs and is at his hand. The final fight for everything in the universe. And while the night is usually the darkest just before the dawn, what would be the last thing you'd do if you weren't sure that the dawn would ever arrive? Join our heroes in their waning hours as we see their journeys throughout what could be their final moments. Heroes that have fought a million times before, but are keenly aware this could be their endgame. These are the stolen moments detailing the last stories of the DC Universe. It is a Dark Knight's Death Metal tie-in. It's expensive, I will say that. I think this is the most expensive Death Metal tie-in we've received. Um, with the powerhouse of writers, I don't see how this can go bad. I mean, you got Scott Snyder, Jeff Lemire, Joshua Williamson, Marika Tamaki, Francis Manifold doing the art. It's an instant win, in my opinion. But here's the thing about death metal: why so many freaking tie-ins? I don't mind tie-ins unless they're necessary to the book. Like when I read Absolute Carnage, you did not need all those goddamn tie-ins. King in Black has so many tie-ins right now as well. I'm digressing, but why so many tie-ins? Like, again, I don't mind tie-ins, but the original plan was not this many tie-ins. This is kind of like a last minute add, in my opinion, but I'm still interested in it. I'm down for death metal. I mean, I like the first Dark Knights metal, so tells you who I am. So I recommend if you've been reading death metal. So if not, you could skip it. We're gonna go to the next book, which is Detective Comics 1032, written by Peter J. Tomasi, and art by penciler by Brad Walker, inker by Andrew Hennessy, and colors by Brad Anderson. The price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. Father versus son, round two. Batman and Damian Wayne are once again butting heads after Bruce uncovers the missing black casebook pages in the clutches of his estranged son. But when a notorious Hush captures the entire Bat family, the Dark Knight and the former Boy Wonder must put aside their differences to help Nightwing, Batgirl, Signal, Orphan, Red Hood, and Batwoman survive. Peter J. Tomasi, I like the guy. He's probably one of my favorite writers. Okay. So, yeah. We only have a few more, there's too many books. But I believe what last issue was this story beginning? I believe so. I'm checking it right now. Yes, so issue 1030 is your jumping off point. I'm totally wrong. Or was it issue 1031? I keep forgetting because I feel like books just they come and go, and I read so much to catch up. But yeah. But good jumping off point. Not really. I would wait. Okay, how long have I been recording? Okay. We're gonna move on to the next book, which is Flash number 767, written by Ron Mars and Andy Landing, art by Marco Santucci, and also by Clayton Henry. The price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. Endless Winter Chapter 2. As the world's heroes rush to stop the freezing conditions running rampant across the globe, the fastest man alive speeds directly into Black Adam, with the planet losing hope. The Flash and Kandak's ruler must find a way to work together, while a story from Black Adam's past reveals his connection to the threat that now returns to end the world with freezing ice and fearsome frost. Endless Winter Chapter 2, Part 2, whatever. I read Endless Winter Chapter 1. It was alright. It was okay. I felt like it was doing the same thing with the how what Avengers is doing right now, which is very weird. This is just a stopgap event. See, DC's doing two events at the same time, doing Death Metal and Endless Winter. Why? Why? Just why? I want to know, DC. Like, why do you have two events happening at the same time? Are you trying to be Marvel? Because Marvel does that a lot, and I hate it. Uh, you can skip the book if you don't want to read Endless Winter. You don't have to. I mean, I'm reading the Flash because I like the Flash. Also because I'm already collecting the book, so why not? But we're gonna move on to Green Lantern Season 2, Number 10, written by Grant Morrison, art by Liam Sharp. The price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. The Ultra War begins. Meet Hal Jordan's Earth 11 counterpart in in the first skirmish of the Ultra War against a backdrop of cosmic conspiracy and shady interstellar politics. Two Green Lanterns and two Star Sapphires enact a four-way battle of the sexes. As the cracks of division spread from world to world, can love prevail? You could skip it. I mean, Grant Morrison is writing weird space cosmic stuff. I mean, I read it, I'm like, what did I read? Because this is not Green Lantern. I read Robert Vendetti's Green Lantern. I read Green Lantern when DC Rebirth happened, and now I'm just lost. I'm like, so all that thing Hal Jordan didn't matter, and where's Jessica Cruz and Simon Baz because we haven't seen them since the end of Green Lanterns. So yay, all that build up for characters I like, and they just disappeared. Um, I mean, it's an alright book, but if you never really read a Green Lantern book, season one, I think season one, issue one would be like you read it. If you enjoy, pick it up. If not, skip it. I say skip it because it's already issue 10 and it's a 12-issue miniseries. Well, no, maxi series because miniseries are like 6 issues or 8. But yeah, we're gonna move on to yes, Giga number 2, written by Alex Packnadell and art by John Lee. The price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. Evan should never have gone back to the dead Giga, but he did, and now he's a murder suspect. Meanwhile, Legs is deteriorating at an alarming rate. The Red King, the oldest and largest of the Giga, is revealed, prophesies to unleash hell on a world whose sins the great mech took into itself centuries earlier. As an old friend of Evans returns, he devises a desperate plan to locate the dead Giga's real killers. Now, Giga is a fun book. I originally wasn't going to pick it up, and I went to the comic shop with my friend, not my comic shop, I went to a different one, and I saw Giga there. I'm like, you know what? I'll pick this one up. I picked up Scumbags, and I believe I picked up another book. And I'm like, I read it, I'm like, oh man, I'm happy I picked this up because it is a really darn good book. You get a little history of Giga, some of the characters, and not a twist, but like you get world building and how kind of the world works, and it's interesting. I do recommend issue 1 if you can find it. Um, and pick up issue 2. This is probably um, I'm enjoying this indie book a lot, and it's written by people I don't know of as well. So that's what makes this special, in my opinion. But we're gonna move on to the next book, which is Guardians of the Galaxy #9, written by Al Ewing, art by Juan Cabal, colors by Federico Blee. The price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. I shall make you a Star-Lord. Everyone thought he was dead. They were wrong. Now Peter Quill journeys through a mythic world on the other side of our reality. But is he still Peter Quill, or is he the legendary Star-Lord? Get ready for a Guardian's tale unlike any you've ever seen before, as the clock starts ticking for the last stand. Lift off in 4. Um, yeah. So I knew he didn't die. Peter Quill can't die because, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is happening right now, so can't be dead. But like when issue 2 happened, that bombshell, like I'm like, oh, they killed him off. But then it's hinted that he might have survived. I'm like, but like that's ballsy for Al Ewing, and Al Ewing, you know how to write ballsy characters, and also I trust your work because Mortal Hulk, you can't lead me wrong with Immortal Hulk, and when something, well, no, well, not when something is, no. I'm thinking we find them when they're dead. There we go. That's the book I'm trying to think about. I recommend it. Recommend it. If not, read the trade. Issue 1. Trust me, you're gonna need some context of the book, so read issue 1 or read the trade. It'll help you out a lot. Next up, Juggernaut #4, written by Fabian Nicieza, and art by Ron Garney, and colors by Matt Miller. Sorry to the writer. I'm sorry if I butchered your last name because I can't pronounce last names apparently. The price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. Knockdown, drag out. For once, Juggernaut is worried about something other than himself. It's not easy. It's not what he's used to, but D-Cell is counting on him. Try it and stop him from helping. Juggernaut. It's it's a fun book. I mean, Juggernaut is helping people. That's really it. I recommend issue 1 through 4. I mean, it's almost over. It's only a 5-issue miniseries that I know of. Yeah, it's only 5 issues. So next issue is the final issue. Pick up the trade. If not, hunt down the issues. If you do, we'll have a fun time. Next up, Marauders #16, written by Gary Dugan and the head of X himself, Jonathan Hickman, art by Stefano Castelli, and colors by Edgar Delgado. The price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. Red Revenge, the Black King did wrong, and now he must pay. Marauders, uh, I'm happy I read this book because I enjoyed Marauders for what it is. It is a pirate caper tale of revenge and mystery. And I like it. And also, we're finally going to get solutions to like what they're going to do with Sebastian Shaw, because you've read Marauders. He does something to one of our characters, and we're like, holy crap! At that situation, we didn't know what was going to happen to our characters. So yeah, good book. Read it. Read the trades. You're gonna have fun. Next up, Mighty Morphin #2, written by Ryan Parrott and art by Marco Reyna. And the price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. 2 new series, 2 new teams. The Unlimited Power era continues as shocking secrets of the new Green Ranger are revealed. Zordon enlists Billy's help as the Mighty Morphin team deals with a shocking betrayal by the Power Rangers team. As the Mighty Morphin team remains fractured, Zed launches his latest attack, and only the Green Ranger stands in his way. But none of them realize they've walked into a trap courtesy of Zed's new powers. Mighty Morphin, I read issue 1, I liked it. Uh, it is continuing on from the Power Mighty Morphin Power Rangers series, so it's continuing that. But issue 1, if you haven't read it, I think it's perfect jumping on point. They explain what's going on in that issue as well. Issue 1 is literally the perfect jumping on point. We're getting Mighty Morphin and Power Rangers. We're getting 2 books for Power Rangers. How cool is that? And I'm like, I liked Power Rangers and I wanted to read Power Rangers. Now I got a good excuse to read 2 Power Rangers books. So pick it up. Next up, Origins. Oh, this is the other book I was picking up. Origins number 2, written by Clay McLeod Chapman and art by Jacob Rabelka and colors by Patricio Del Peche. And the price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. Nowhere is safe on the planet that David helped destroy, including the secret hideout where he was brought back to life as the last living human. When an enemy AI attacks, David and his robot guardian Chloe must face an impossible mission in search for answers. It's a dangerous journey, but humanity's only hope lies in the father of robotics, going back to where it all started, no matter the cost. Origins. It's a fun book in the future, last hope of humanity, and we're attacked. It's only 6 issues. It's on issue 2. Rated issue 1. You're going to have a fun time. Trust me. Uh, if it's something I really enjoy, I do recommend it. I'll say it right there and then. Daredevil, I recommend it. Nobody read Daredevil, and it is literally the best Daredevil run, in my opinion, in the last 5 years. But we're going to move on to a new number 1. S.W.O.R.D number 1, written by Al Ewing and the head of X himself, Jonathan Hickman, of course, and art by Valerio Schiti and colors by Marte Gracia. The price is $4.99, and this is the description of the book. One giant leap for mutant kind, the mutant nation of Krakoa has quickly become a major force on the world stage. But why stop there? Krakoa has relaunched the Sentient World Observation and Response Directorate, a fully independent organization dealing with all things extraterrestrial on behalf of all Earth. Al Ewing from Guardians of the Galaxy and Valerio Schiti from Empire bring us a tale of mutant kind looking to do for the galaxy what Krakoa did for the planet. Now, this is space. Al Ewing knows how to write space, of course. I mean, he's writing Immortal Hulk, which it's gonna be dealing with space if you read issue 25. And also, we only find them when they're dead. I mean, Al Ewing has been writing good books, and he wrote Empire. Empire was alright, though. Empire was not everyone's cup of tea. I'm excited. This was hinted at um, during Empire. They were going to rebuild Shield. Not Shield, Sword. They're going to rebuild eventually Shield. It's going to take time, apparently. I'm excited for this. Al Ewing is awesome. I just like the guy. But we're going to move on to the next book. It's a highly recommend. Next book is Seven Secrets, number 5, written by Tom Taylor and art by Danielle De Nicolio. The price is $3.99, and this is a description of the book. Casper has been training all his life for this moment, but he never expected an all-out war like this. As enemy forces converge on the Order, lives will be shattered by the truths that are revealed, and a shocking decision by the Order to protect the secrets from an enemy who will stop at nothing to change the world. Now, Seven Secrets is literally an organization to protect secrets in a suitcase. They're trained from very young. They gotta die for the suitcase for secrets. And there's a bad guy who, like, I want those secrets. He's been hunting, and you know what? He found the place, and yeah. You know what? The book is just awesome. Read it. I mean, it's 5 issues. Uh, it's awesome because you see how our character goes and train. We don't actually meet our character until issue 2, but we meet other characters, and I'm like, we're getting flashbacks, we're getting training, we're getting battles, we're getting ready for war. This is the issue with the battle, and this thing fell. This thing fell. Oh my god, this scared me a little bit. All right, but I recommend it. Next up, Spider-Man number 5, written by J.J. Abrams and also written by Henry Abrams, art by Sarah Bacelli, and inker by Isabel Beta D'Amico, and colors by Dave Stewart. The price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. Bloodline Part 4. Ben Parker and his dad are concerned and surely beaten. Their allies that they thought could help them weren't enough. The son of Mary Jane and Spider-Man has an unwinnable fight on his hands. Have his absentee dad and dead mother taught him enough to know what Spider-Man does in these situations? Now, this book sucks. I mean, the thing is about this book, I have no recollection of what the hell happened. I mean, when did issue 4 come out? When did issue 4 come out? I think this came September 23rd, and the previous issue came out December 18th. You mean to tell me this 5 issue series took over a year? Mind you, we did have a pandemic, um, but this was supposed to be done. It was heavily delayed, and it was okay, but from everyone's understanding, we're like, just just get to it, just get to a conclusion, because we don't care who the mystery character is anymore. I mean, it's written by J.J. Abrams, literally the guy who's directed Star Trek, and his son. I mean, we were teased with the webbing of Spider-Man from Sam Raimi. That was going to be a Spider-Man 4 comic. And now we got this book, and I'm like, yeah, Peter Parker's a kind of a bad dad. And I don't think Peter Parker would ever be a bad dad. But, oh well. We're going to move on to the next book. Superman Endless Winter Special number 1, written by Ron Mars and Andy Lanning, art by Phil Hester, art by Andy Parks. The price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. Endless Winter, Chapter 3. Superman finds himself at the center of an epic battle as the Frost King's hordes of ice monsters come to life. Is this frozen onslaught too much for the Man of Steel, or can he stop it before it rampages across the chilling wasteland the world is becoming and reaches civilization? The answer to this question comes from an unlikely source close to Clark Kent's earthly roots. Um, Again, I only read it in this Winter Chapter 1. Chapter 2 is coming out the same week, and Chapter 3. I'll pick it up. I need a Superman book that's not written by Brian Michael Bendis. Oh man, I'm happy that run's ending this month, because I don't think I could take any more of Bendis speak. It melts my brain. We're gonna move on to Tales from the Dark Multiverse, Flashpoint number 1, written by Brian Hitch and art by Brian Hitch. Huh? Huh? Yeah. The price is $5.99, and this is the description of the book. Spinning out of the events of a world where a single choice by the Flash affected the entire DC universe. Find out what would have happened if Barry Allen had not put things right in a world where Flashpoint reality was never undone, where Thomas Wayne still haunts Gotham City as Batman, and the Amazonian and Atlantean armies still prepare for war. Will the Reverse Flash embrace his darker, deadlier world and finally eclipse Barry Allen's legacy? Um, I like the premise. I like the Reverse Flash, but the thing about this is Flashpoint was the thing to reset to the New 52, which created a new multiverse. Um, how can you have Flashpoint on a Dark Earth? That's my question. Because at the end of Flashpoint, oh God, Pandora kind of made just one Earth, put everything just to one Earth. Everyone was younger. So yeah, I mean we're having an Infinite Crisis on Infinite Earths one, so I'm not gonna question it, and we're also gonna get the death metal one. So just turn off your brain and read it. Again, it's gonna be art by Brian Hitch and written by Brian Hitch, so I'm excited. So yeah, pick it up. We got two more books, and that's it. Venom number 31, written by Donny Cates, art by Ivan Coelho, and colors by Frank Martin. The price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. King in Black arrives. What happens to Eddie Brock when he finally comes face to face with the Lord of the Abyss, the King in Black? No. After reading issue one, that's a very good question to Eddie. Because if you read issue one, yeah, you're gonna be asking questions. Pick it up if you're reading King in Black. So yeah, our next book and our final book, Wonder Woman number 768, written by Mariko Tamaki and penciler by Rafa Sandoval and inker by Jordi Tarragona and colors by Arif Prianto. The price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. It's Wonder Woman versus Deathstroke, winner take all. When the newly incinerated Maxwell Lord, incarcerated Maxwell Lord, turns up mortally wounded in his prison cell, Wonder Woman and Etta Candy are on the case to track the would-be killer, but as the trail heats up, so does the danger. When Deathstroke the Terminator shows up, you know there's trouble. Can Diana stop the king of all bounty hunters and his god killer daggers, or will this godly bounty be just another trophy for Slade Wilson? Um, Holy crap! They haven't done anything with Deathstroke since issue 50. Yeah, I mean, yeah, oh yeah, no. Was he in anything else? He was in Batman. Yeah, he was just in Batman. Yeah, he was just in Batman. That's it. Yeah. Pick it up. Yeah, new story arc. So yeah, yeah, that's all the books coming out this week. And I forgot to do my regular plugins because I forgot. But yeah, you could ask me or follow me on Instagram or Twitter. It's all at a random nerd 2016, and I'll put the links in the description as well. Also, the links in the description of the comic book shop locator and the two websites I use for my information about my comics. So I use them to explain the comics and tell you if it's a good jumping off point or not. I'm very tired. I took a nap and I woke up and I realized it's very late and I need to record. I need to record this, but I'm happy to record this. And as always, take care, everyone, and peace.